Happy holidays. I don't know about you, but this holiday season has completely snuck up on me. Literally yesterday it was July and now we're already in December and I can't believe in just 4 or 5 days from now it's already Christmas and I still have shopping to do. I don't know about you, but I still have shopping to do. But some things have happened in the last few weeks that have really made me think about like what do I want in 2024? Like what I've had a chance to reflect on 2023 and what is it that I want to create and what are my goals for 2024? And I'm a big believer in that you pre-plan. Leaders show up early. And as a leader in your business, as you're the one that's running your business, you get to step into that leadership role and be early on planning out your next moves. So I've been having a lot of conversations with my clients lately around setting up your goals, setting up your plan, setting up your marketing plan. Because when it comes to building a successful business, most of the time, if people are struggling in their business, it has nothing to do with their expertise or their gifts. It's their marketing. So it's really important that you're setting up a marketing plan for 2024 before we enter 2024. That being said, in order to have a marketing plan in place, you need to know what your goals are. So I really wanted to talk about goals today. And I have an exciting workshop that's free that's coming up, all centered around goals, because this is how important I believe they are in creating and really getting in tune to what you want to create in 2024. Because we can't get to where we want to go if we don't know where we want to go, right? We really need to know what our vision is, what our goals are, and learn how to reverse engineer them backwards to create a step-by-step plan that we can easily execute, right? We can simply execute in order to create and achieve those goals that we want for ourselves. So I want to talk into goal setting today, and spoiler alert, I'm going to invite you into my free workshop, which is going to be December 27th. So we're definitely going to be holding that. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have fun because I believe everything in business should be fun. It's hard enough doing this entrepreneurship journey on our own. Like, let's add some fun to it. Whenever we can add fun to it and make it a party, I am in. So I know that my people that resonate with me are the same way. So we're going to make this a party. But that being said, before we get into all of that, let's dive into goal setting. Why should you be doing it? How do you do it effectively? Can it be easy? Yes, and yes, and yes. And also, how do you start creating goals and achieving them? Because many people step into the next year with resolutions. They're going to resolve something that they did not did they didn't ha- it they didn't ha- it didn't happen for them. They didn't make it happen the year before. So they're going to create a resolution that they're going to commit to, and majority of those resolutions end up falling to the wayside before January is even over. So you'll see a lot of people coming out in February saying, if you haven't hit your resolutions, let's make those happen, because the majority of people don't follow through, right? So how do we make that not happen for you? Like, how do you not become one of those statistics that create something or set a resolution that you falls to the wayside within the first 2 to 3 weeks of the new year? And that is what we're going to do that's how we create effective goals. So before we want to set goals, though, there is a step prior to it that many people don't do, which is, what is your vision? Really getting in tune to what your vision is for yourself, for your business. And the vision is the big picture. It's not a goal. It's the big picture of what it is you want your business to look like. You want your team to look like. You want your life to look like. So really getting in touch with that first, that will help you create the goals you'll be able to work toward achieving in order to create that vision you have for yourself, to step into that vision of yourself or for your life or for your family or for your business. So the first step is really getting clear on what your vision is. And the best way of doing that I've done for me is because this was a piece that I'll admit I struggled with. And so how I get in touch with my vision is I just close my eyes and I think, what do I want to create? And I know when I'm in tune with my vision, when my face changes, when I start smiling, when I start feeling lighter, when it starts feeling really good and gets me really excited, that is when I'm in tune with my vision. And I hold on to that picture and I write it down. And then I'm like, okay, now what are the goals that I want to set in order to get to my vision, that's going to help me get to my vision. And I'm going to share a little story with you about what happened to me about a month ago. Actually, almost a month ago, is probably almost to the day, a month ago. I was driving to Pensacola for Thanksgiving. It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I was driving to Pensacola and to see my sister and my family. It was going to be a lot of us there, and I was really excited about it because she had lived away in other states for many, many years. So this was the first year we're all coming together and with her specifically to celebrate Thanksgiving. And I was on my way up there and it was a long drive. It was about an 8 to 9 hour drive. And I was probably a few hours in. I wasn't halfway there yet, but I was a few hours in, and I was driving on the turnpike. I'm in Florida, South Florida, and I was in a 4-car accident. And it really shook me. Overall, we all were fine. We walked away. And it wasn't, we all were able to drive our cars. There was a lot of damage, but luckily we were drivable. I ended up turning around and going home and not celebrating Christmas. I wasn't going to continue the 5 to 6 hour drive up and then need to return back. I didn't know what the, underlying damage of my vehicle was. And I didn't know what effects would come later, because they say that, you can have some effects later. So I decided to turn around and go home. Mentally, I would it the accident affected me mentally in many ways. I was very grateful that, because I know it could have been worse, and I know this time of year there's really bad accidents out there, and I hope that everybody stays safe during the holiday season. Traffic is crazy. I live in South Florida and I know how crazy it is here. I don't know how crazy it is where you are. But I pray that all of you stay safe during this holiday season, because it seems like we're always in a rush to get somewhere. And if we all just calm down and slow down a little bit, we would get there faster and safer. So that being said, mentally, I was like, okay, so this happened. It's creating a lot of chaos in my life. I had some pain, whatever. And how is this happening for me? What is the lesson I needed to learn from this accident, from this collision? And what my takeaway was is I really reflected on, if this was worse, say this was like, we don't know when our last days are. Say this was my last day, and thank goodness it wasn't. If I had to reflect on my life in that moment, would I be ready? Would I be happy with what I created? Would I be content and not even content? I don't even like the word content, because we shouldn't be content. We should be excited, right? Would I be excited over all I created? Would I be fulfilled in how I showed up and what I created and what I did and what I, what's the word I'm looking for? How I contributed to humanity and to the world during my lifetime? And the answer was no. It was a big, glaring no. And in that moment, I realized, I'm like, okay, so this was a great year. Loved this year. 2023 overall was a good year. I learned a lot of lessons. I had some ups, I had some downs. But overall it was a good year. But would I be happy if this was my last year? And the answer was no. So now moving into 2024, I'm really passionate, and I'm like driving this home with my clients. I'm like, this is your year. We get to seize this year and create everything you want to create. Like, don't hold back. You don't know when your last moments are. You don't know when you're going to have your last breath. You don't know when your time is up. And make the most of this time. Go full out. You know, how are you playing every single day? When I close my eyes at night now, I go, did I play full out today? Am I proud of how I showed up today? Did I leave anything on the table today? And many times it's a yes, I did. I did, or no, I didn't play full out, or yes, I did leave things on the table that I need to, that I get to, you know, finish tomorrow or clean up tomorrow and put out there. So, and this is a great way to grow. But when you're going into 2024 and you're setting your goals, I want you to take that thought with you. Like, how are you going to show up this year in 2024? How are you going to play full out in 2024? Do you want to? Is that what your drive is? Is that what your motivation? Like, what is your why of your goals? So the first step is really stepping into your vision, getting clear on what your vision is. The next step is setting your goal. What's your big goal for 2024? That big vote, and go big. Like, don't hold back. Go big, because we're going to then break that big goal down into smaller steps or smaller goals in order to achieve that big goal. Because it's sometimes that big goal could be super daunting and we don't even believe it, that we just give up before we get started because we're like, that is so far away. I don't even know how I'm going to get there. So I'm not even going to try. So, but I really want you to go big. So go big on that goal, step out of your comfort zone, let it be stretchy. It gets to be realistic. It gets to tie into your vision, and it also gets to be big. So, because that's what's going to push you and drive you and create unbelievable things, massive things that you never even knew was possible for you. And I want that for you. So create that big goal. And then we're going to reverse engineer that. What is it going to take monthly moving backwards? So by the December 31st of 2024, you have now achieved this goal. What is it going to take monthly in order for you to achieve that goal? So you want to reverse engineer that backwards. Then we even want to break that down even further. So take that big goal into those monthly goals, and then we're going to break those monthly goals into weekly goals. Okay. So in what will that take weekly in order for you to achieve that monthly goal that you're set for yourself? So you know exactly in January what you're doing, but it doesn't stop there. Then once you created that weekly goal, we're going to break that into daily tasks. What are the daily tasks that you get to accomplish? And it shouldn't be more than like 3, maybe 4, because you want to give yourself some leeway and some grace because life happens. So in order to stay on track, you want to be able to, when life happens, you have a cushion that you can still get that accomplished without feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Like, my whole thing is ease and flow, and let's keep this as simple as possible for you without overwhelming you or bringing anxiety into your world. So maybe 3 steps for the week of what you need to get to implement in order to create that, to achieve that weekly goal, or that weekly goal. And so you're moving weekly into creating that monthly goal. Many times when you break it down this way by reverse engineering it, and you get it down to the daily tasks to achieve that monthly goal, you're actually going to hit those goals faster. And you're going to, and then people find that they've achieved that big yearly goal sooner, and then they actually can start creating a new goal because they've already achieved that big goal. So that is my suggestion. That's how I create my goals. That's how I'm moving into 2024 this year. And that's where we're creating this party. But before I want to get into that, I also want to talk to you about really getting clear on what worked for you this year. Because when you're creating your goals, you also want to get clear on what worked in 2023, because there are things that worked for you. You should have a lot of celebrations. So what was it that worked for you when you created your goal for 2023 or your goals for 2023? Did you accomplish them? If you did, great. What worked? If you didn't, okay, but what worked along the way for you in getting you closer to your goal? And then what didn't work? And this is really important that we don't stop at what worked. We also get clear on what didn't work, because we want to release what didn't work in 2023. We want to leave that behind. Because if you want to create something different in 2024, you get to walk into 2024 different than you are now. You get to walk into 2024 a different version of yourself. Because if you walk into 2024 holding on to the same bad habits, holding on to the same people that are holding you down or are draining your energy, you are not going to, unfortunately, you're going to, 2024 could be a repeat of 2023. So it's really important that you're getting clear on what worked, bring that with you into 2024 and get clear on what didn't work and what you can leave behind, including those habits that did not work for you. The people that may be in your life that you're spending a lot of time with that are draining your energy, that are bringing you down, that are help not contributing to your success and empowering you, but disempowering you and making you feel bad about yourself. Those are the people that we want to love and release. And I'm not saying that you have to get rid of them completely. It would be best if you do, probably. But that being said, depending on who they are in your circle, it's not necessarily meaning that you have to get rid of them completely, but maybe it's just a matter of spending less time with them, really setting your boundaries, getting clear on this is where I'm going, and you're either with me or you're not with me. And it's okay if you're not with me. I still love you and I release you, and I know where I'm going. And it's not selfish, it's not mean, it's not aggressive. It's just being true to what you want to create in your life. We get one life in this go round, right? We get one ride on this rodeo, and it's up to you to set your boundaries and really get clear on where you want to go. And you're the driver of your train, and you get to drive that train to make that happen. And in order to do that, that includes setting boundaries and releasing what didn't work for you this year, including the people, the habits, behaviors, and committing to stepping into this new version of yourself in order to achieve those big goals that you're setting for yourself in 2024. I hope this episode has supported you. I'm really excited for 2024. I know I'm up to creating big things, and I'm surrounding myself with people who are creating big things. I am so grateful for the people that I have in my life, and I want to give a shout out to my clients because I love and adore them, and I'm so grateful for the community that I've created because they are just so amazing humans that really support each other and love each other and hold each other high in a way I have not seen in many other communities at all. And I'm in a lot of programs. Because I'm always wanting to learn and grow, and I'm always wanting to see what's going on out there. And this community of women, and including you who's listening into the podcast, you're part of my community too, which means I know that you are an amazing human and female entrepreneur, and I am cheering you on. And I'm so grateful for you being here and listening and being our part of this podcast. We launched this podcast back in April of this year, and we haven't hit a year yet, but I'm just really excited for all the women. I'm so grateful for all the women who have been guests on this podcast, the S.H.E podcast. So grateful for you for spending your time with me and sharing your expertise with my audience. And so thank you for all of you who have been part of my journey this year. I'm looking forward to being a part of your journey next year. I'm really excited for what you're creating. If you would love somebody to be a cheerleader for you and support you and hold you high, please reach out to me. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what your goals are. Join me for my Crush Your Goals in 2024 party we're having on December 27th. If you'd like to join me, you can go to HeidiSchockCoaching.com/goal. We will put that inside of the show notes so you can join us there. It's going to be a 2-hour workshop from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So again, that's December 27th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. HeidiSchockCoaching.com/goal. Join us for the party. We're going to be moving you through the exact steps to set up your goals, to setting up your 2024 success. And you're going to literally map out your plan monthly so you know exactly what you're doing every step of the way so you can rock it and crush it in 2024. And I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much again for being part of our journey this year with the S.H.E podcast. So grateful for you. Have an amazing holiday. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to you and your loved ones. And I will see you in the next episode.